In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 top money mistakes that therapists make in their private practice. This is especially true for therapists that are just getting started and really don't know what they're doing to manage the finances for their new business. We're going to go over those 3 items, how to prevent it, and how to solve it to make sure you're on the right path to managing your private practice financial. If you're new here, my name is Jeanette Andrada. I help therapists in private practice pay the least amount of taxes using tax and accounting strategies. First item we're going to talk about is probably the simplest thing you could do that's going to go a very long way, which is separating your business and your personal transactions. When you start commingling your transactions, it means that there's no clear line between your business and your personal life. This is not a great way to get started because your financials are just muddy. They don't give you all the information you need. Besides that, you open yourself up for liability in the legal sense, and then you also get yourself in a very undesirable situation when it comes to the IRS. If you're ever asked any questions, it's going to be hard to untangle that web. Next, something that's simple but not necessarily easy is setting money aside for taxes. I am in the same boat as everybody here. If you're a business owner, I am too. When we are paid, we should be setting aside money for our taxes. However, life happens. This is your livelihood. You're supporting yourself, you're supporting your family. So it makes perfect sense why you wouldn't be able to set that money aside. It's really important though, guys, because that's going to catch up to you eventually. If you're not setting that money aside throughout the year, you're not paying quarterly estimated taxes, you're going to have to pay it down the line. And typically this happens when you do your tax return and the IRS says, hey, we never received any money from you throughout the year. Now you owe us 10,000, 15,000. So if you could imagine just breaking that up into smaller chunks throughout the year, it's going to be a lot more helpful. This is a money mistake that I find is very common. And the reason is not just because it hits you really hard, but you get penalized for underpaying your quarterly estimated taxes. You get interest. It's just this whole mess. So if you are able to definitely just set that money aside as it comes along. Finally, this is one that I encounter very frequently with my tax clients that are new to working with me is not tracking deductions correctly. When we are just basing all of our business transactions on our bank statements, which is what a lot of people do, then there's a lot of opportunity that is missed. There are a lot of tax deductions that could be missed because you are not organizing your financials in a way that's easy to spot issues and errors. This is why bookkeeping is so important. Bookkeeping, I've noticed, is just one of those things that get pushed off to the sideline. Nobody wants to think about it or worry about it until it comes to tax season. When we're doing this, we are just creating all this extra stress on ourselves, a lot of extra time dedicating to admin stuff that, who wants to be doing bookkeeping at the end of the year? For your tax professional, also be able to spot where there might be tax deductions that you are not claiming, but that we know you are able to. So without proper bookkeeping, it's really hard as a tax professional to have, if we don't have the information, we cannot help you. So make sure that you have that done. I did want to share that I have been working really, really hard on a workflow for therapists. It's a bookkeeping workflow, and it goes over how to do your bookkeeping from A to Z. And I also go through examples. This is a free workflow. I want you to take that checklist and use it every month to make sure that you are on the right path with your taxes and with your bookkeeping. I really would love it if you could like my content, subscribe it, check my Instagram account over. Everything is in the link. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you next time, which is probably going to be closer to quarter 3 estimated taxes. So we'll talk then.